John Cena turned heel at the Elimination Chamber. We're going to talk about it. The backdrop of the video is Mr. Santi Zap. Ladies and gentlemen, this was what a moment in professional wrestling. What a moment in 2025. What a moment on the road to WrestleMania. John Cena has done it. The thing that no one thought we would ever see was John Cena turning heel, and he did it in grand fashion, flanked by the final boss, The Rock, and Travis Scott, who I don't think understands that wrestling is fake. Travis Scott was in there to do some damage to Cody Rhodes. But what a crazy, it was perfect, is what you would say. You know, the heel turn for John Cena is something that's been talked about for years and years and years. And people have forecasted and fantasy booked how they would do it. And it finally happened. And the way that it happened, you could argue, was the best possible way. So now we have the road to WrestleMania. We have heel John Cena, corporate John Cena, lined up with The Rock. Cena doing everything he can, selling his soul to chase his championship number 17, which would obviously break Ric Flair's 16. So he's chasing that, selling his soul to do that, and the greatest babyface in the world right now, Cody Rhodes, is standing in between. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that and react along the way.
This was a ground-shaping, ground-changing,
yeah, it was
like monumental moment that you're never going to forget. This is a canon event in professional wrestling, what we witnessed during the selling of Cody's soul segment.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the heel turn that you compare this to is Hogan, obviously starting the NWO. Hogan's was much longer. I mean, that impacted, years and years afterwards. Not only did it completely carry WCW through the Monday Night Wars with the NWO, but then it also, Hollywood Hulk Hogan became part of Hogan's character, and that's who Hogan, a lot of people know Hogan best as, is Hollywood Hulk Hogan. He went into the WWE. We saw what happened with him and The Rock at WrestleMania 18, so a lot longer for Hogan's heel run. We don't know how long John Cena's heel run will truly be. Will it just go to WrestleMania and that's it? Will he get that 17th title and carry this heel run into next year? We don't know. I think a lot of this is dependent on how it goes over. If Cena is as hot as they think he might be as a heel, I could absolutely see him winning at WrestleMania, getting that championship number 17, and then continuing to be a heel well into the next season of the WWE. So this could be a whole new chapter for John Cena, and there's no doubt about it. Whatever, if you like him or hate him or whatever, John Cena is on that Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling. He is right there. You could say Hogan won, and then you got to have a conversation between, John Cena, Stone Cold, whoever else, but Cena is in that conversation. Dependent on this heel run, the idea that it could totally transform one of the greatest wrestlers ever, that is wild. And it absolutely is something that we will never forget.
Into The Rock. And they didn't wait. Cena was out there celebrating. Cody's music hits. He and Cena have a little moment. Then The Rock's music hits. Travis Scott goes out there with The Rock. And then the moment happens where
the craziest part of this was Travis Scott. Like, Travis Scott comes out. Okay, he's doing the theme song for WrestleMania, sure. When he makes his way to the ring, I was like, this seems weird. Like, this is the main event. Like, this is a huge segment. This is a huge moment. This is before before the heel turn. So I'm thinking, kind of weird that Travis Scott's in there, but whatever. But then for this to be one of the biggest moments ever, and Travis Scott is not only in the ring, but he's a participant. I mean, at one point he was punching Cody Rhodes. At one point he was breaking Cody Rhodes' back, basically. So I went back in the archives, and I thought, what is this comparable to? Who would have been in the ring during Hogan's heel turn? Like, imagine Hogan dropping the leg at Bash at the Beach, the biggest heel turn, the biggest moment in professional wrestling. And imagine Tupac, who California Love was #1 that year. All Eyes on Me came out that year. So Tupac was probably the biggest, he was the biggest, hip-hop artist in the world at that time. So imagine Hogan dropping the leg and then Tupac just stomping out Macho Man. Like, imagine Tupac just wearing out Macho Man as Hogan, Hall, and Nash are creating the NWO. It does make that moment kind of weird. The Travis Scott I'm surprised they let Travis Scott, one, go down into the ring, but also as involved as Travis Scott was. It's very surprising.
The Rock asks, will you be my brother? Will you give me your heart? Will you give me your soul? Oh boy, do I really want your soul. Cody Rhodes makes
Cody
it
Rhodes
sound like
soul
he's
on a
going to
pole
sell his
match.
soul to The Rock. Like, Rock,
Yeah,
the
I
soul
want it
is no
all,
longer
brother.
mine. But that's because I sold my soul to this ring and to these people long ago. Obviously getting a huge like chorus of cheers from the crowd, only for Cena to embrace Cody Rhodes, shake his hand.
Well, don't forget the F-bomb. Cody drops one of the hardest F-bombs I've ever heard live in front of God and everybody.
Celebrate, hug, and for the final boss to do this symbol right here. I still haven't seen what it looks like on TV, but I could see The Rock doing the cutting of the throat.
Yeah. The camera work was fantastic. I mean, you got the perfect shot of Cena. The most iconic shot from the show was Cena's face going from happy to like this brooding, just angry, horrible face. Like, that was fantastic. Great camera work. Great job there.
See Cena's stoic body language just change. He low blows Cody Rhodes, turns heel in front of all of us, beats down Cody Rhodes, bloody, steps over his corpse, and sells his soul to the final fucking boss.
And then whoops his ass. Then whoops Cody Rhodes. I mean, Cody got the absolute whippings. He was getting, I mean, that was a bad night for Cody.
Dude, what the hell? Here's the thing. Younger wrestling fans, and I'm going to sound like this old dude, this might not hit with you just yet.
No, I think it does. I think it absolutely does, because I would assume younger wrestling fans are devastated at Cena doing this. And if that's the case, it is absolutely resonating. Just like Bash at the Beach resonated with, you know, people were absolutely disgusted at what Hogan was doing and what Hogan had become. So I think this pretty much resonates across the board.
I think you might need to let this truly sink in before you truly understand the importance of this moment. One of the things that I said kind of jokingly was that if The Rock and Cody Rhodes was going to main event, they better fucking change this timeline. It better be so good.
Timelines changed.
Good, so groundbreaking that we are no longer on the same timeline at all. It needs to create a ripple in space and time. And I swear to God, that's exactly what they did. That is exactly what they did. The only way that this segment deserved to main event over something like the Men's Chamber or Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens is to dynamically change the game like they did with John Cena's heel turn and give us one of the most groundbreaking canon moments in the history of this fucking sport.
What I hope I see, because I've been really critical of Cena since his return, because he's just been so hokey and so over the top and so pale, and the white tennis shoes and the balding hair and the face, like he kept doing the hokey ass face. He looks more like an extra on Modern Family than he does John Cena. You know, he was just kind of whatever as far as physically. What I'm hoping is that Monday night John Cena comes out, he's tan as hell, he's jacked. You know, it completely changes his mannerisms. He's back to the old school badass John Cena, and this hokey whatever creature is gone. And this whole thing has been a work this entire time. If that's the kind of storytelling we're getting, my God, kudos, chef's kiss, WWE done did it again.
I love this. I loved everything about this. Granted, you already know that Cena can do no wrong at this point. Cena could literally, I don't know, find a way to stop world hunger and tell no one, and I'd still be on board with John Cena at this point. I'd ride or die at this point, guys. There's literally nothing that Cena can do for me to change my mind about him. And if he decides to sell his soul, fuck it, I'm on board too, baby. But yeah, guys, this was the only way that The Rock and Cody Rhodes deserved to main event, and they literally did it. They did the only thing that made Cody Rhodes and The Rock be worthy of main eventing this over all the other matches that we had here. And now, this road to WrestleMania, this might be the craziest road to WrestleMania of all time.
Best thing you can ever say about a show in wrestling is it makes you want to watch the next one. That is the whole goal with wrestling. And when Elimination Chamber ended, I watched the whole post show. I couldn't take my eyes off the TV, and then I immediately thought, man, I can't wait for Raw. I cannot wait for Monday night. That is what wrestling is all about. That is it. Where now you got to see Raw, right? You got to wait and see for John Cena's music to hit and hear what he has to say and see the promos and hear from Cody and hear from The Rock. And I mean, WrestleMania is as sold as it could be now. And that's all you want to do. That's all the show wants to do. That's all the show's trying to do. So kudos to the WWE and the show for knocking it out of the park. I mean, the whole Elimination Chamber, this is one of the best pay-per-views I've seen in a long time. Both chamber matches were incredible on their own. The women's chamber was fantastic. It was an absolute spot fest. The Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn match, insane, depraved, despicable. I mean, good, a really, really good show. 100%. So the fact that you have a solid A+ knockout show, and then the cherry on top is one of the most seminal moments in wrestling history, leading to WrestleMania, my God.
Like, I just don't know what Raw is going to look like. I don't know what Cena's entrance is going to look like. I don't know what Cena's promos are going to look like. It feels like, even though Cena's been around for, at this point, damn near almost 30 years, it feels. It just feels like it's a brand new person. It feels like a brand new character has.
It is. I mean, like, it's not the same, but think about what Hollywood Hulk Hogan, that character, did for Hulk Hogan. It is a completely different character. A completely different, like, just vibe and everything. It totally altered Hulk Hogan as a wrestler. Completely altered him. In my opinion, you could argue that Hulk Hogan, Hulkamaniac Hulk Hogan, is the greatest face in wrestling history. You could also say Hollywood Hulk Hogan is the greatest heel in wrestling history, which is kind of insane that he's both. John Cena, we'll see how this plays out. We'll see if this is short term or long term. But that is the kind of impact changing characters or changing vibes or whatever can have on a wrestler.
Has entered the equation, a character that we don't know what they look like. Well, we've seen Cena as the Doctor of Thugonomics. This isn't going to be it. We are literally going to be introducing a brand new main event character into this world of professional wrestling, and that has me ridiculously excited. So again, I say the Cena heel turn, one of the most ballsy things that WWE has ever done.
So another conversation is like, why now? Why did the WWE now decide to do this? And I think it's pretty obvious. They couldn't turn Cena before because of what Cena meant as a babyface. Cena is the face of the WWE. Cena is and has been, the guy, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the most Make-A-Wishes in the history of it. He is the movie premiere, suits, talk show, radio show, whatever. He's the flag bearer for the WWE. The WWE, I was hesitant to take him away from that when there wasn't someone that could step in. There wasn't someone who could do what John Cena does. Cody Rhodes is that guy. Cody Rhodes is the ultimate babyface. He is the ultimate flag bearer for the WWE. Movie show, movie premiere, radio show, Make-A-Wish, signing autographs, kissing babies, whatever. Cody Rhodes is that. The WWE is confident enough in Cody Rhodes being that they're willing to take John Cena out of that world because they trust Cody can carry that water. So now is the perfect time, and the only time. There's never been someone on the level of Cody Rhodes, even like Roman Reigns. He's never been the true face. He's always had kind of this air of something else about him, even though he was the top dog for a long time. Randy Orton certainly wasn't it. Ed certainly wasn't it. Triple H certainly wasn't it. There has not been someone else that could be what John Cena was, and Cody is that. So if Cody is that, now you can take the risk with John. Now you can take the risk and remove him from that world and remove him from being the hyper babyface for the company. So perfect timing as well.
I'm glad that they're doing this before Cena fully retires. I don't know if his full rest of his retirement tour is going to be him as heel. It kind of nearly has to be, right? He might turn babyface at the end, but they can't have him heel for a one PLE cycle like this.
I think you're going to see almost exactly how the Hogan thing played out, but in a rapid fashion. So we'll get heel John Cena from now until WrestleMania. I think Cena wins the title. I think we see heel John Cena after that. I think heel John Cena turns face, kind of like Hollywood Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18 was a heel, but turned face at the end there for another run. I think we see Cena go heel for another, 6 months-ish, somewhere in there. And then the character is just naturally going to progress back into a pseudo babyface. And then that'll probably be it for John Cena.
This is such a big moment that they really need to milk this for a long time.
Yeah.
Obviously, now we're going to be getting Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. And I mean, the dynamic of this match has changed. It was already a match that I wanted to see. It was already a match that would have easily sold and headlined WrestleMania Night 2. But now it just became a must-watch event if you've ever even so much as breathed.
Yeah, I mean, now it's like, it went from being, okay, good match, okay, I get it, okay, I'll watch, okay, main event. It went from that to being, this is one of the biggest matches of all time. Like, this is one of the most main events of all main events.
Air near a TV that was playing professional wrestling, you need to watch this match. You need to watch WrestleMania 41. Shout out to Triple H. You pulled the trigger. You cheeky bastard. I can't believe you had the balls to do it. That's it, folks. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to check out the Patreon.
Great stuff. Yeah, I mean, I love it. I love wrestling. I know you love wrestling, and this is why we are fans of the show. I mean, this is it. Like, this is why, you know, the Red Wedding was the moment in Game of Thrones where you're like, damn, I'm glad I'm watching this show. This is one of those moments in wrestling where you're like, damn, I'm glad I'm watching this show. All right, let me know in the comments below what you think. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.